It's rained. It's a muddy, nasty mess out here now. Today we're going to be watching the 748L2 John Deere skidder. We're going to be building some shovel mats, some shovel roads. We're going to be seeing if this mud will let us work today. Alright, so today it has rained. Well, it's rained since we've been off. It has rained a touch over 3 inches. I'm not sure if y'all can see in Mickey's rain gauge there, but it has rained. It has rained a bunch. Ground is extremely saturated this morning now. Every bit of this right here was standing in water when we got here. You can see where we put the blade on it, between the blade and Mickey doing some digging with his bucket and his broom right there. We've got the biggest chunk of the water off of the road. We have some rock getting us in here off the road, but I don't know how well that's going to work because we can't get mud out there. You'll see we're right there on a blacktop. We can't get mud on that blacktop. So who knows if the woods are even going to work right now. I'm putting some def in the track cutter and we're fixing to go find out and see what we got for today. Mickey loading. This is load number 2. This is wood that we already had out from where we knocked off the other day. The only thing on the ground is our mats and our access, and we can't pick our mats up or else we won't have no road for the skidder to run on. So y'all get ready. There's probably fixing to be a lot of shovel action take place in this video. Best stuff ever been invented to go in a machine, I tell you. Just awesome stuff right there. I guess on a positive note, the trucks are pulling up by themselves. We're not having to push and pull them with the skidder. It's not slick. It's just sloppy, watery, and it don't look like anything's really caking to their tires other than this so nasty looking water. So as long as it's just the water getting up there on the road, it'll be okay. As long as we don't go to getting a whole bunch of muddy clots, they'll let us keep hauling. But if it goes to getting a bunch of thick, clotty mud out on that Paris road, we'll have to shut trucking down. Alright, so this is that hardwood flat we was building the mats across up there. Y'all can see all of the water out in it. Y'all can see our mat right here. Y'all can see what I've started doing right here. I left my camera bag at home today, so everything's going to be filmed on my iPhone, so I'm not going to be able to get y'all like in action shots of what I'm doing here, but I'm going to explain to y'all what we got going on. Y'all can see how I took that one hardwood right there and I put right here, kind of filling in Michael's weak spot in his mat. I'm probably going to steal a couple more hardwoods and put right here where his tires are running, and then feel like you see where the mats dip down up there. I'm going to fill in that. I'll show y'all our end result when I get done, but I'm going to add some more hardwood into this mat right here to give him some more reinforcement. Anybody who's ever worked hardwood stuff knows that hardwood trees support a machine way better than pine stuff will, especially small pine. The way the hardwood top flares out, it really gives a wide support base to the machine, and it just really helps fill in weak spots and works a lot better. I personally would rather floor my accesses with hardwood trees and bushes and fill in weak spots with my pine versus having to build a solid pine mat. That's not always the case, but like we're crossing this little flat right here, and it's kind of narrow and tight already to begin with, so I'm going to sneak a couple off of each side and fill in these weak spots for Michael to make it, well, hopefully this stands up pretty good, because right now everything we've cut behind me back here, it's standing up fairly decent, but I can tell by cutting along the edge of this SMZ that it's going to get bad back here, and I'm hoping we don't have to build mat roads all the way to the back there. I'm hoping we're going to get back up on this hill a little bit and the ground's going to recover enough that we don't have to completely mat everything. And watch Michael finish building his last tier of mat there. Don't ask me why we call them tiers. That's just what we call them. Some people call them pads. He filled in his middle. See, he's gonna heal that up. He's gonna place it over here on the side. You see how he had that little hole right there? He's gonna fill that in. Shears in warm-up mode, it won't idle down. That is so hard to do with that skidder. As far, not necessarily hard on, I mean, I guess it's not the best thing for it, but it's not like I'm afraid it's gonna rip the boom and a grapple or something like that off. And some people will tell you otherwise, but y'all can see what we got done here now. He might, this will end up walking down. It's a little high over here. When you're doing this is perfect right here. You see how everything is side by side, and whenever he comes off of those butts, it's not gonna really like boom fall down, and like over here it's gonna drop. But as he runs on this, it's gonna walk it down, and it will better get out of his way. He's gonna cow kill us. He must be coming to put some more here. Yeah, because he's got just a little bit. But if you have your butts left up really high like that one is, what it does is it drops the machine down really fast. Watch. You see how it dropped really fast right there? What that does is it breaks those tops out where your next layer of wood is up there. It breaks that out, and that's not good. Trying to get a thumbnail and got to get killed at the same time. That's strong to pick that wood up like that. Super strong. He's fighting it a little bit. Since that track cutter's right there, I'll take that track cutter and come up here and walk all this out, because that is a little bit too deep. Sometimes too much can work against you, where not enough, you know, too much is just like having not enough sometimes. As you watch, he's gonna struggle to get up on that pile of wood. He sees he's got too much, and he's either gonna scoot some of that over, or he's gonna pull it up to his next mat. One of the two. He's gonna scoot it over. Piece of wood broke. I don't know if the phone is picking up on them tires. You can hear them tires, the rubber on the wood. There he goes. It's such a difficult thing to do, though. It's like I said, it's a little bit deep right here, but I'm gonna get that track cutter and come up here and pull some of this wood that he's got in the middle and put it over here on the edge. That'll help him better. And then y'all can see where I've got all the hardwoods up through yonder throwed. And that should get us across our creek crossing here. And from here on back, surprisingly, the ground is amazing. Y'all can look right here where the track cutter just come across. It's still good and sandy dirt there. So we're not gonna have to mat, but we may have a wet spot like right in there. We may have a wet spot like that we gotta work through, but for the most part, we should be fixing to rock and roll now. Not sure how well y'all can tell, but right in there where I'm pointing at, it is very, very wet. Y'all can see this wet right there. You can see the water right here. it just kind of goes out in yonder and it's just a flat spot right there, and it kind of picks back up back there. Y'all can see how it picks up right here. It kind of goes up on a little bit of a hill. It's just a flat spot. So what had to happen right here is I've had to build mats in the down row to get the timber out, and y'all fixing to watch Michael come out of here with about a half a drag. When it's wet like this, I know some people are going to disagree with me here and say, oh no, you're supposed to max that skidder out. If it won't work, it won't work. This is one of the things we do different than anybody else, is we'll slow our machines down and mat the actual down road. A lot of people only mat their accesses. That's where I'll tell you that you are wrong. We've got about a half a drag or so. I mean, it's some good wood, so he don't have to max it out. If he was on a really, really long drag, he would set that down right there and then go back down his down row. Matter of fact, what it looks like he's gonna do, I hope he ain't gonna try and build a mat there. Oh, he had some on the side up there. I didn't see it. He had some small stuff on the side up there. I think so. And then that gives him a solid 3/4, 7/8, somewhere in there drag. And he'll go to the loader with that. And his next drag, he got a feel for his row, and he sees that his row's gonna hold up pretty decent. I've got him a pretty good mat system built down through here, and he'll end up dragging the rest of it pretty full drags. But sometimes you got to use smaller drags, grapplfuls, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes you just got to use smaller bundles to come out, especially on your first pull off of a row that you know is wet. I mean, it's seriously, it's standing in water right there. Normal jobs, you wouldn't be working in this. Y'all, most normal jobs would have done quit at this. You know, this is like almost swamp stuff here, but we'll continue working through it. But the first pull off of a new row, you always go a little bit cautious just to make sure you don't have any weak spots. And if you feel any weak spots, then you drop, you drop a little bit, 2 or 3 pieces here, 2 or 3 pieces there as you're coming out. And sometimes you may have to skid a drag or 2 fixing a row before you can actually start skidding with it. Yeah. I know some of y'all are gonna be like, screw that, but y'all would still be sitting at home where we're probably still gonna get 10 loads today. Overloaded his little butt. Dropping booms and keep pushing. There you go, he got it. Y'all can see how wet that is though. That's solid water all right there. It goes all the way to about right there. Solid water. Soft, rotten. You would not be in there with a rubber tire. Show y'all real quick. Y'all look at my track down there. You can't even see the pads. They're completely submerged in water. It's about 6 inches down there. But y'all can see how much it cut down just coming in, I'm cutting back out now. I cut this side coming in, cutting, this way. And then I'll cut this side coming back out, filling in my runner over here. And all you'll have is wood right here and right here for that skidder to run on and these down rows. But this row here is even wetter than the last one. All right, so we're getting into another pocket back here. We actually worked part of this the other day, but y'all can see now it's more sloppy all over, and I only have wood placed right here in the middle as a template for Michael to, in case he needed to build a mat, he has this right here as a template to follow, or pattern, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, it looks really nasty, it really does. But if you look right here, I mean, it's going like 8 inches, and he's hitting this hard pan right here, and it's just sand. All this is right here is what this is going to be is old rotten compost from where they toted the trash down here when they first thinned this. It's going to have a lot of old rotten slash right here on the tip top, and it just makes for this really nasty soup layer that I like to call a soupy soup layer. And it just makes it look really nasty, but he's not hurting anything. There's no root damage done to any of the trees. You know, like you see right here where these trees are, he's not even getting over there by them. But over here where his stuff is dragging around, there's no root damage to any of that. So long as we're not damaging or exposing roots to the trees, this is perfectly fine, and there's no need to build a shovel road or a mat in this particular area. Now this is a really good example right here. He didn't put no mat up front, and it fell out with him in this one spot right here. This is not what you would consider a rut. A rut is, I believe my pamphlet reads 12 inches for 50 feet. But what he should have done right here, and this is part of Michael still learning the mat and shoveling process, we're gonna get taken out here, is he should have built a mat. You'll see how it's got a bunch of those little short pieces right there. What happened right there, there's a lot of broke stuff up front, and that stuff didn't reach all the way down here. Y'all see how long it is from all the way up there to all the way back here, and there was only enough wood to really put one runner on that other side. What he should have done was he should have put a runner right here as well, and that would have prevented, you can see, I'll walk y'all up front in a second, but you can see where it really fell out right here. Right over there, it had some wood to support him, and that side is not, you know, as deep, where on this side over here, there was almost no wood, and it really fell in. Now, on the same side of that, I'm not saying it didn't feel good to him, and I'm not, you know, dogging my operator or anything like that. It's just one of those little things right there that, yeah, it may have felt fine at the time. That is almost unacceptable to the timber company, is what was done right there. That's almost unacceptable. But since it's such a small area, they will accept it, so long as you don't eradicate, you know, your problem don't grow across the track. Now, what would have prevented this right here would have been, you know, him, like I said, building his mat all the way up front instead of taking hope, you know, it feeling okay and not taking the time to fill that in. To him at the time, it probably felt just fine, and he was trying to, you know, keep wood to the set and all that other stuff, and that's just part of it. But like I said, he should have, I think I've repeated myself like 16 times here, but he should have just put some wood up front, and that would have took care of that. And I'll show y'all right here where he had wood. I'm sure y'all can hear that mud. You can hear that mud underneath my feet just a squishing and squashing. But you can see where he had wood. You can see his wood imprinted there. And you see how it's just kind of sloppy on that side. And then this side over here, it's actually kind of a slight rut to start. So that's just part of learning to do this. And you know, that's the number one thing if you're trying to learn to shovel or build mats or anything like that, is you have to, sometimes you're trying to predict what's going to happen, and sometimes you misjudge, and that's fine. But the safest way to always attack something like this is, you know, because there was water here, as is over here, and you can see the water right here. But the safest way you can attack something like this is to always place wood here first. You know, you see water, you go to the back, you get your drag, you bring it up, you place it down. That's just like a safety protocol of, you know, what to prevent that from happening. Like I said, they won't say nothing about that right there, so long as they don't start seeing that on every row. They'll be okay with us continuing to do that. We are starting to get further in the back. We are starting to get more into the wetter area. I mean, even in this access, to just be safe, we should probably be laying some wood out. But I don't think I have but like 4 more rows right here. So long as it keeps just staying sloppy like that, we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. But so that's that, guys. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. A lot more me talking than probably watching the machine, but some videos are just like that. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, hanging out with us today. If you enjoyed today's video and you like watching logging content, make sure you go subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, anything you want to discuss, or whatever. Leave me a comment down below, and we'll get you fixed up on answering or whatever. If I can't answer it in a comment, we'll make a video on it. So anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for watching, and until the next video, we'll catch y'all next time.